As you know, I've been working here for 20 years. I have my choice of any of the products that are out there, right? Especially when it comes to home cleaning. And we carry all kinds of different steamers at HSN, and they're all great products. It really depends on what level of power and what level of steam that you're looking for. If you're just gonna be doing little dinky stuff, around the kitchen, then, you can check that out on hsn.com. But if you are looking for our most powerful steamer that we carry here, the one that I own, the one that I recommend for people. In fact, I was telling you a story earlier. There's a lovely woman and her family that own an Italian market about 2 miles from my house. And one day, about 2 years ago, she came to me and she said, Guy, I need a floor cleaner. I need a steamer for the kitchen. It's messy back there and I don't want to spend $700 or $800 for a big giant industrial model. I told her, Euroflex. She bought it. She loves it. It works great. And that place gets filthy every day because you have lots of people walking in and out of that kitchen, making pizzas, doing all that stuff. I've owned mine for a couple of years and I absolutely love it. And we've offered this model of Euroflex before, but we have actually upgraded it. What we're adding to this one today is an $80 detailing hose attachment. So now you can connect that to the base of the unit and you can get in all those tough to reach areas, those crawl spaces, underneath the refrigerator area. If you want to get underneath your dishwasher, in cracks and crevices, it'll work there as well. We are doing a $60 discount on this machine today, and we are doing $15 off of the shipping. So you're getting this home for $209.99 plus tax, and I am telling you, you've got 30 days to try it. You will love it. It has the best features of any steamer that we carry here. First of all, it superheats the water into steam at 295 degrees. No other steamer we carry even comes close. Number two, it is 50 PSI. 50 PSI of blasting steam is gonna break up any dirt particles, sticky mess, anywhere in your bathroom, around your toilet area, in your kitchen, in your shower. If you've got mold and mildew, you got all that crud, it's gonna work on that as well. It kills 99% of germs and bacteria. You wanna look at the steam power? There's Rebecca. Rebecca Wood is with us today.
Hi.
And she is showing you the amount of steam, because the steam not only comes out of the bottom, it comes blasting out of the front.
Yep.
And it has a steel sole plate that heats up so it dries quickly. I could talk about this thing for an hour.
Hours and hours. And
last thing I gotta say.
Please.
It comes not with a 1 or a 2 or a 3 or a 4, but a 5-year warranty. And that's on the unit itself. The boiler has a lifetime warranty, and the boiler is the heart of the machine.
Yeah, do you want to
Rebecca, go.
Thank you. We could talk about this forever, but what's creating this billowing steam is this boiler right here, which is housed inside the unit. Before, if you wanted to get that commercial grade cleaning, you had to have one of those heavy tanks that were difficult to kind of pull behind you. You couldn't take them upstairs, downstairs. This is less than 8 pounds, and the beauty is right in here. That is a stainless steel boiler with a lifetime warranty. That's Euroflex. We truly are luxury cleaning. Inside this boiler, there is a thermostat. So this is going to superheat that water to 295 degrees, but then that thermostat keeps it at 230 or 50 degrees, 295. Let's do that again, 295. Here's what I want to show you though. Do you see? This is without those frontal steam boosting jets. Look at still all of that steam that you're getting there. What's different with ours? With other units, it goes through the unit, through the pad to the mess. Ours goes right on directly to the floor and is gonna get that 295 degree steam. Those are those frontal steam boosting jets. So when you have that stuck on mess, it is gonna melt it away. And then you just go and refresh, sanitize, and clean. Take a look at how now you're gonna get rid of the pollen.
Look at the
and
amount,
the dander.
it's a billowing cumulus cloud. Look at this.
Look at that.
And guys, it comes with a carpet glider. So if you want to refresh your carpets, this is ideal. I have a dog now, and I don't know of a way to wash a carpet other than hire somebody to come and do it. This will refresh and sanitize your rugs, your carpets, your area rugs, all that stuff. And that same machine becomes the ultimate hardwood floor cleaner, because remember, with hardwood floors, and they're usually sealed, but anyway, you do not want any drippy mess or water on there. Nope. Notice this stays completely dry after the steam turns off, all right? And there's that steel plate.
This is our integrated heat plate right here. Do you see? What it's gonna do is superheat the actual pad as well. So you're not losing any of the power of the steam or the heat. That's why you have complete sanitization. That's why you have complete deodorization, and that's why it's gonna be so simple to just melt through even years and years and years of grime on your floor. The first time I used it, it brought my floors back to life. And then we have the really unbelievable you could see that microfiber. So what I wanted to show you here is wood floor. You saw me do carpet, and now you're probably used to seeing sometimes a steamer on carpet, but let me tell you something. You know what they say? If you go and read the fine print, they're like not suitable for carpet.
Look at this.
Ours is one of the only ones on the market that is actually recommended for carpet and hardwood. What am I showing you now? Look at how it will dry in less than a minute.
Watch this, ready? Look at that. That is
Completely
already
dry.
About 99% dry, all right? And remember, it's superheated, so it'll evaporate, and your floors are gonna be squeaky clean.
And it just
Look
melts that mess away.
And it gets in the grout lines, or it gets in between the boards as well.
Because the steam is so strong. And that PSI, regular PSI, when you're looking at on average, it is 14 with other steamers. 14.
What's ours?
50.
Almost 4 times the amount
It's mind-blowing.
pressure.
But for the very first time ever, we're now going to be able to get into every single nook and cranny.
I don't have this. I'm very jealous.
Oh my gosh, it is outstanding.
All right, so how does it work?
It's going to come with a whole 18 pieces all together. You're going to get this hose. See this little backside here? What they've done is they've built in a mechanism now where even you don't have to wait for it to cool down. You just pop it right in. That's it. My little tip for you. You're gonna get a little bit of water there. Here, there we go.
So you wanna prime it just a little bit.
You wanna prime it just a little bit, and then take it and clean it. And then go into those grout lines and really get it
Look at
clean. So your grout's gonna be cleaner than you've ever seen before, but you're not stopping and having to wait. Here's the other thing that I love. Take it off. You can control it right here with the trigger as well. And then go with one of the other attachments, the nylon brush that we have. Take a look at that
can you
power.
imagine that like under the rim of the toilet,
Under
all those
the rim
nasty
of the
areas,
toilet,
or around,
all of those
you know how
areas.
the kids get toothpaste all stuck around the faucets? This will do that as well. So not just a floor steamer, it also will do a lot of other different jobs for you. And I didn't get this with mine. Look at how clean that is.
Look at the grout.
Right.
That grout is brand new.
We are very busy. Use express ordering, all right? And remember, it's only $42 to get it home. You try it out for 30 days. If I'm wrong, if Rebecca's wrong, if the lady that owns the Italian market is wrong, you can return it. I know you won't. It's got free shipping and handling today. You must get this. I mean, listen, you're gonna go spend $99 on a handheld steamer. Maybe you spend $179 on a floor steamer. You're gonna get a fraction of the power in the steam. I would way more rather pay a little more money and get the best possible product. And in my opinion, this is the best steamer that we carry at HSN. Yes, it's a little more expensive, but what would you rather do? You can pay me now or you can pay me later, right? You can buy a $90 steamer and you're gonna be like, dang, it's good, but it's not doing my entire home. This can do every floor in your house. You can do all those hard to reach areas with the new detailing hose, and we're showing you a close-up. You just pop it in, and now that steam transfers from the boiler and is directed right to the handheld tool. Brilliant.
It is so brilliant, and my favorite thing is that they've been able to create a system you don't have to wait for it to cool down to work. You're not losing any of that valuable time, so you can get your job done faster. Here's what you do. There's that little trigger on here. You're gonna open it up a little bit like that. Look at that steam. Look at the build. Look at this. Let me just look at that. That's the power you're going to get in the palm of your hand. So that tile, that grout, all of the areas like around the toilet, it is gonna be cleaner than you've ever seen before. And here's a really great thing. Leave it open. You just pop that button out, and look, now it's my floor steamer again. And I'm gonna be able to go clean my wood floors. Can I tell them my little story?
Yeah, go ahead. But we're gonna show you one of my favorite demos in just a moment.
This is my favorite demo.
Yep.
So I have wood floors just like this. For 10 years, I bought that really, really expensive wood floor cleaner, and I would clean my floors, and within minutes, I'd see little feet prints. I'd see dust sticking to it, and it was only gonna look clean for a couple minutes. The very first time I used my Euroflex.
Look at the shine.
It went and cut through 10 years of the buildup of that floor cleaner, the expensive floor cleaner, and my floors look brand new and stayed cleaner looking longer because I'm not using a chemical to mask the clean. This is bursting all the way through all of that dirt and grime, and all you're left with is clean. Ours dry in less than a minute. Others on the market, majority of them, like on average, 10 minutes
Yeah, you gotta
to
wait,
dry.
wait,
So you
wait.
can't use it on wet
And you know
wood
what?
floors.
If you're one of those people that use one of those little mops where you peel the thing off, it's the cheapo one that you see at the supermarket, guess what? You are not breaking down grime. You are not sanitizing. What you're doing is taking the top layer of filth off your kitchen floor or your bathroom floor. If you really want to sanitize, I'm talking about 99% of germs and bacteria, you need to get to a certain pressure. I love that shot right there. That's probably the dirtiest place in the whole dang house, right? Right around that toilet bowl or underneath the rim, because we give you all the tools, and I'll show you everything you get in about a minute. You get every tool you will need, not only for the detailing hose, but you get everything that you need, including the carpet glider, all that stuff, so that you can do all those different messes. Listen, you can just do a topical clean, or you can do a deep clean. We were just talking about the water flosser, and we're like,
oh, this
that's
is
how
like the water flosser for by your toilet.
Right. Look at
Look at-
this. Now, how else would you get to that, right? If you spray it with something and wipe it, you're getting the outside. You're not getting underneath. You're not getting in the cracks. You're not getting in the crevices. You're basically just topically cleaning, if that. If you really want to get rid of the germs, and let me just tell you, the germs around a toilet, that's staph, man. That's nasty stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if you get stuff like that, that's how you get like, even if you get like styes in your eye, you know, I dated a nurse for a while and she told me all this stuff and she was like, oh my gosh, that's like one of the worst types of germ and bacteria you can have in your home, and everybody has it. Everybody has staph. It's that yellowy orange color that you see underneath the bowl, and that stuff is awful. You want to be able to neutralize that. You want to be able to get rid of 99% of those germs. You need to buy a machine that does the work. You can buy lesser. We have them here. If you don't need a real powerful steamer, go at it. I'm just telling you, this is the one that I own, because I'm like, you know what? It's funny, as I got older and after I had a child, you become very aware of germs and bacteria, because the last thing you want is your kids or your grandkids to be sick all the time. So this is a way to be able to fight back. Come on over here with me real quick. I'm going to show everybody everything
you get.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like what I was just using was the bonnet. And so there is truly an attachment to clean every area.
By the way, 8 pounds, less than 8 pounds in your hand. So it weighs about a third of the price, or a third of the weight of a lot of vacuums or heavy duty steam cleaners. You're getting this at less than 8 pounds. We are giving you 4 pads. You get 3 pads, okay, for your everyday cleaning, and you also get one for the carpets, okay? We are giving you the parking spot, so when you're done, if there's any residual steam, it'll go there. We are giving, where's the carpet glider?
The carpet, they don't have it out here, but you do get
Right.
the carpet glider.
We'll show you.
Which is attached right on
You
here.
get
as
it.
well.
All you do is you take the unit and you drop it right on top of the glider, and that allows you to go through any type of plush carpet. We are also giving you a Euroflex bag to put everything in. This is the brand new hose. This attaches right to the base of the unit. It allows you to channel the steam so you can do all your detail cleaning. And we are giving you all these utility brushes to work with the hose, which is great. So now I can get in the cracks. Now I can do things like tile or grout or whatever I want to do there.
This is the adapter for all of
This,
these.
look at that. You get 2 sets of brushes, which I love. You know, you can maybe mark one as, okay, this is the dirty brush.
Bathroom. One just for the bathroom.
Yep. And then we give you this for
Bonnet.
the
little bonnet,
bonnet
that goes on top of that, but we wanted to give you the scrubby brushes. And let me tell you, these nylon bristles
You
are
could do
amazing.
windows with that too, right?
Oh,
if you
yeah.
wanted to,
I mean,
right?
it's just amazing.
You get all that, and one of my favorite things is the way to refill it. We give you the refilling bottle.
I'm so happy you did that.
I'm going to let you do this because the biggest problem I have with my iron or my old steam cleaners is getting the dang water in that little hole.
It's maddening. It's a universal problem, right? The Italians think of everything. Remember, this is Euroflex, made in Italy. They do everything better in Italy. Pasta, leather, cars, and steamers.
And coffee machines.
And coffee machines
really
with that
good coffee
boiler,
machines.
right? Take a look at this. This is gonna come home with you. There's a built-in mechanism in here, so it's never gonna drip. We're gonna pretend that this is actually the unit, and you wanna fill it up. You're gonna fill this water bottle up. You go to the actual unit, you push down. You see the water coming. There is a built-in mechanism inside here that will actually detect when the water level touches that nozzle. And once it touches that nozzle, you're gonna see the water actually stops completely. And there is no dripping. The water's done, not one single drip. You're not gonna have an extra mess to clean up on top of all the floors that you're doing.
All right, so we are very, very busy. Use express ordering. This is everything that you get, and I'll tell you, it's exciting the first time you use it. I remember the first time I used it on my kitchen floor, and don't forget, I have a house cleaner that comes, now she comes every 3 weeks, because I hated to do floors, and I hated to do bathrooms. She is in love with it. She's like, I used to take the mop, I'd spin it out, And she goes, but the floors never really get that clean. You need to break down, you need heat and steam to break down the germs, to break down the sticky messes.
And that pressure,
I've
that's
got
what
a
you
dog,
need.
and I don't wash her feet every time she gets in the house because I can't catch her. But, you know, she's out there walking
pollen and sand and dust and dirt and poop that they're stepping in.
Yes.
Now here's why am I going over this area? There's a reason I'm staying right here. Remember I told you we're actually recommended for carpet. When I pull this back, you're gonna see why. Because if you've ever used a steam cleaner, the one thing you don't wanna do is you do not wanna get that carpet wet, the pad wet. Take a look at that, how perfectly dry it is, and you never have to worry about actually getting the pad wet, right? Because that's what gets the mold and the bacteria.
People don't realize that if you walk into somebody's home and it smells, there is a 90% chance that that smell is coming from the carpeting, all right? Because your carpet is like hair. If you do not refresh it, if you do not sanitize it, it's going to absorb odors. And remember, most people walk in their house and they don't take their shoes off. Most people do at my house because I live near the beach and you don't want to get sand all over the place. But that is where the odors lie, deep down in that pile. And there's no other way. You can't just vacuum it out. You have to steam clean it. I love that shot. Look at
it billow
much
out.
Steam. Right?
And now this is, I'm not using the frontal steam boosting jets. This is not you've got 4 extra jets there, so when you have that really stuck on mess, this is just the regular. But remember, 50 PSI when the average is 14. 295 degree heat, that maintains that heat thanks to our built-in thermometer. We even made sure that all of our pads are about an inch past the actual unit, so you can get up into those nooks and crannies. But then we know some of them with that head doesn't get under. That's why we've given you that detail brush. So I'm gonna take this back here and I wanna show you again. Take it, do you see how reactive it is too? Automatic on, automatic off. You've got a 23-foot cord so you can continuously clean, and you're just gonna go and you're gonna take it and you're gonna see your floors look brand new. As I go back here, all I'm gonna do is turn it off, which means putting it up. Here's the hose that you're getting, and we have that built-in mechanism here where you can just pop it on. My little tip is turn it on real quickly. You'll get that condensation builds in the hose, but then it's fine. And then I like this one on mine. You can really get the scrubbing.
Look at
but
that.
You could use the bonnet if you don't want to use that scrubbing. But this is where the unit's not going to get up under here, right? The head of it. So you're getting that kick plate. You're getting all those areas that are really, really hard to clean. And if you want to use the bonnet, you won't have those scrubbing things, but those they're long, extra long nylon bristles. And take a look at that power. To then turn it back into the floor unit, you keep this open, you press this button, and you pull it out. That's all you have to do. One press of the button and it's gonna pull right out. And then you can go and you can start cleaning again.
It is the first time we've ever offered that